We live.
This is a live midweek live chat. We coming to y'all tomorrow with the same thing. But guess what? We gotta keep it G. We gotta keep it real. It's a lot of things on my heart. There's a lot of things on Love Heart. We just gonna have a real quick conversation.
Go in and tell you about it.
And we gonna need y'all feedback, man. Because there's a lot of things out here that's going out of their way to try to stop the flow and try to stop the shine of us elevating. But we're not gonna get discouraged because we already knew ahead of time that there's gonna be a lot of things that try to discourage us from trying to reach our brothers first, and then get the message out to our sisters. And we got a lot of sisters out there that's trying to get the message firsthand and give it to their sons and realize that it's certain things that we got to do to be harmonized together, man. We need to be harmonized together. That means when I start singing a song, it don't matter if you like the song or not. We all supposed to be singing it, though.
Come on and jump on in.
You feel what I'm saying? We've been doing it too long for the other side. We got to do it for each other now. So with that being said, you always going this quick conversation. Hopefully we'll get some feedback so we can go further into it.
Always feedback is always good,
and we do.
Got Alan Pete, no egos, gmail.com. Click that, shoot the quick email in there. Catch us on Facebook, I Would Love Peter Lance. Catch us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page so you can go ahead and get all the videos first. All the vlogs we put up first. You get it first. You know we're talking about it. If we hit something twice during the week, you know we're going with it.
Yeah, man. It's so crazy that it's beautiful outside, but it seems like the nicer the weather get outside, the more problems that we have to deal with. So we're going to just jump right into it, man. First, we got to go into the daily blog that I posted where I was telling people and I was trying to encourage people not to worry too much about outside interference when it comes to your own mental. You feel what I'm saying? We got to learn how, when it comes time to deal with our mental, that we need to set time aside to deal with our own mental and research our problems and look for people that's qualified to help us with these problems instead of going to people that's not qualified to help us with these problems. Yeah. Yo, Love, how you feel about that, bro?
A lot of times insurance, if you got insurance pay for you to go to see psychiatrists, counselors, and stuff like that to get you on track. A lot of times the problems that you have within yourself, you have an idea of what they are, and you can do a little self-knowledge and investigate, look up. This is what I do for myself. I look up things that I know that irk me, and I find out causes. I find out what people do in reactions, and what has happened with other people to avoid making the same mistakes myself. So when it comes to enlightening yourself and making yourself a better person, what you need to do is first, like I said, don't nobody shoot you down. We were talking about that earlier. Don't nobody shoot you down, but always be in your own head and evaluating yourself from where your flaws at, where your positive stuff at. Always building your positive things that people look at you for. One thing that people look at me for is, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. So that's one thing that I always build on. I can be honest. Anybody that knows me, that's been close to me, knows that I've never tried to steer nobody in the wrong direction, because the one thing I hold valuable is what I say to you, whether it be in a relationship or friendship or even family. If I tell you something, I'm trying to do something, believe the best that I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen because I said it. The other thing is know your flaws. What other people may have said. You don't got to believe that everything that everybody said is a flaw of yours, but what's detrimental to your character, know those flaws and try to evaluate. If you can't do it yourself, get somebody to help you out with it, get counseling to help you out with it. But take those flaws and evaluate them and what caused them and what things you can do to fix them. And with that, I'm gonna pass this over to you because you was deep earlier today. So go ahead and run with that.
No, the only reason why I get so deep though, is because it's just hard for me to understand certain things. You know what I mean? Like we all adults. Well, we're not all adults, but a lot of us are adults. And a lot of us have been raised in certain type of ways.
Adult age.
You know what I mean? And we've been raised a certain type of way. And we know, like deep down inside, like we all know what's right and what's wrong. We do. We know what's right and what's wrong. But it seemed like we refuse to do right by each other. And that's the only thing that I just can't wrap around my head is that we refuse to do right by each other. Like it's to the point where we are programmed to, as me and you, as two black brothers, I'm supposed to be mad at your position because I'm not where you at. And then in other words, you're supposed to be mad at certain things that I'm doing that you can't do. And it's like, we take those things and we use them shits against each other. Like for instance, you got more kids than I got. So, you know what I mean? So your responsibility is way more heavier as far as like in the house, like physically in the house. So like, for instance, if it's ever a time where I'm looking for you, but you can't get to me, I cannot blame you personally for not being able to get to me for doing something that's extra when you got things that you have to do that's mandatory. You feel what I'm saying? And hold that against you because we made a commitment to come to the people. But your commitment first as being a man, as being a father, as being a husband is your family first. So if it's any time that you can't get to me to do our blog or our live show or whatever it is, I cannot hold you accountable for it because I know where your responsibility lies. Your responsibility lies to you first, and then your family, and then everything else after that, and then everything else after that is extra. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. You said that, like you said, I missed a few vlogs, and you was like, he said, I'm not worried about it. I don't hound you about that stuff. I said, we starting this thing off, we get it together, and this is going to be something that's important to us long term. And we get it together, and we're getting it right. And there's hiccups on the way. So my hiccups is, I do a lot of stuff back home between work and coming out here and doing the vlog. You do a lot of stuff because this has been your focus from Bum Life, that you was gonna put something out there positive too. Like that's the most important thing, is putting something out there positive. And the main thing you want other positive people around you, not just me, other people that's positive, that to come and chime in and give you something that me and you might not know. Somebody else might throw in something positive that's going to help the next person. They're going to put something positive to help the next person. And to fix the circle, it starts with, doing a little bit right here, right now.
And doing a little bit right here, right now is what we got to do, because guess what? Nobody else is doing it for us. We can sit out there and march and scream and yell, but who is listening to us? Who's listening to us?
Yeah.
So this is the things that we trying to get people to see. The things that we trying to get people to see is things that they it seems like to me. And when I talk to Al, it kind of seemed like the same thing to him. I'm not going to speak for Al, but it seems like it's the same issue with Al, is that we like to talk about things that we don't want to, that we personally don't want to get involved in, but we personally don't got no problem with criticizing. So why is we so ready to criticize something that we not ready to go and work for and go fight for? Because we all arguing and talking about the same issues.
Everybody talk about right now they talk about this is a smaller subject, but everything goes always back to sports. But Kaepernick, if black players not wanting to play, if he doesn't get signed by a team, because he should be signed by a team, he should be signed by a team. But the owners of the teams feel like he's bringing bad publicity to their team. And when you standing up, if he had stood up for all lives matter and gay lives matter, he would have had a better shot of sitting down and having people jump to his support him than just going with, you know, the mistreatment of police towards black people. That's important to us, but as him as an NFL player, he needs to look at the bigger picture and say, you know what, I'm going to incorporate, even though it's important, incorporate other parts of society that are willing to jump in and help with your cause. Because, like I said, he not me at the job that can go and protest and be Black Lives Matter and then support, march, and do what I'm going to do for it. But for him, he's considered a role model. And when every time, you know, he's down saying, you know, on not standing up for the national anthem, it was because, not because Black Lives Matter, it was because he's disrespecting, you know, the veterans, the people that fought and died for the country. And that's never been sitting down for. And everybody throws, oh, you're disrespecting the country, disrespecting the veterans, disrespecting the veterans. Nobody's disrespecting the veterans. When you don't support something and you give the reason why, like I said, it would have been better as all lives matter, gay lives matter, and whatever other agendas he wanted to say, because then the world don't come at you as a role model. They're not going to come at you with those issues on the table because they've already got gay marriage. They've already got, you know, cop lives matters. They already got all lives matters. Black Lives Matter seems to be the smallest thing and the least interested to most people. So when you take that, you need things along with it to protect you as Colin Kaepernick, not to protect me, not to protect other people, but for him personally.
That's a good point. And the sad part about the same issue is that when you have a person that's willing to throw everything away for something, and then you not get the support from your people, that's gonna make that person think twice about trying to do it again when he really in a position to do it. Like out of all the people in our history that reached out and spoke for us, they ended up dead, man. Ended up dead with no voice and no platform. So what I'm saying is this: when are we going to start taking our people's word as what it is? Or when are we going to start saying, all right, listen, we got one person that's out here that's willing to risk everything that he got for us, and instead of holding him down unconditionally and making it tough for these NFL executives to be like, yo, we're not interviewing him for a job. So you know what? You're not going to interview him for a job. So guess what? We're not playing for you at all. That's how we should be, but we're not like that, because you know why?
Right. Everybody in the NFL players, the NFL players that did support him lost endorsements. And like I said, when they say that he's blackballed, like I said,
blackball for what though? He never did anything wrong. He never did anything illegal. All he did was
always
stand
been
up
a good citizen.
Issues that was right for him.
And then people jump on the air because he said he's not going. He's a free agent. He's not going to, you know, not stand up for the national anthem. Oh, now you're selling now you want your money, so now you're not going to do what you was doing. His brain and thought ways are still the same way, and they still going to blackball him because of what he did. But he didn't get the support from, you know, like I said, what he needed the support was from Gay Lives Matter and All Lives Matter and Cop Lives Matter. He needed all of that support to make sure that they couldn't single out you being disrespectful to America. That's what was able to single him out.
Yo, you know what I knew? When you know what I knew, the NFL wasn't about really nothing when it came to moral standards concerned, is that when they went all these years with hiding the concussion issue, then they went all these years with telling people that, listen, it's not about you as a person, it's about the attention that you bring. Listen, I done seen them do it to their own people. I got one example, and that's your boy, no other than who? Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow played in the NFL, and he was, quote unquote, not a good quarterback. But with his work ethic And the thing that he did,
it's Christian morality.
When he was put in a position, he succeeded in every position. Every time you put him in a position where he was down, he made good light of everything. And that was not good for the NFL, because you know why? The NFL has to uphold a standard of war. Of war. This is why we love the NFL so much. We love the NFL so much because it's a simulation of war, man. You can't see that. We love the action. We love the drama. We love everything about football. So guess what? They do. When you got all these people that he's encouraging all over the world, but he's not encouraging them on an athletic perspective. He's encouraging them on a religious or spirituality aspect. He get dirt thrown on him. He never did one thing wrong, man. What have Tim Tebow ever did wrong for him ever not to get a quarterback job? What? When you put him in the first position where he in the playoffs and he throw one pass and win the overtime game, and they'll put your team into the second round, and then the next year you don't even have a job because you went and go get a son for a quarterback.
Right, because he wasn't.
Come on, man.
Typical quarterback.
Peyton Manning is a son quarterback, man.
He wasn't raised up to throw the perfect pass, and he wasn't raised up to read defenses. You know, there's players that Michael Vick is the best example of a player that his natural skill and ability to figure out stuff on the fly and intake the data, make a decision, and then make a play is one of the players that thrive in the NFL, but was held back by not being a system quarterback. Tim Tebow is not a system quarterback, and now you see that teams are adjusting to the new type of players that are coming out: the Jameis Winstons, the Cam Newtons, the Russell Wilsons, the Aaron Rodgers. They run the system, but they have the ability to improvise to what they believe is happening in the game. This goes on. Good players like Brett Favre have done this before, and other players have done this before. At the moment, like I said, Brett Favre is known to throw an interception at clutch times, but he wipe away and he can throw a touchdown right after that, 2 or 3 touchdowns after that, because he's taking what he sees, and it looks like it's going to be a blitz from this side. Maybe it gets changed up at the line, and he improvised. And these are players the same as Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, Russell Wilson. When they make that decision, they scrum at the pocket and they make a quick look up, they're going to make a decision that's not in the textbook. This is from life experience and decision making and how fast they can take the input and make decisions. And this is where sports is going, NFL, basketball, that you need players and people and coaches who can coach dudes that think like this. And it's new, and it'll evolve and get better. But right now, we hang on to the old ways a little bit too long.
The old ways, there's nothing wrong with the old ways, but we have to find ways to adjust, because we letting the old ways and new ways, and it's clashing with each other. Because we got old heads that's lived the old ways, but they're not really that old. They only like 42, 43, 45.
That's
what I mean?
That's old now. 40,
yeah, that's old.
42, you're old.
But like their ways is not going. Their ways is not in no more susceptible to failure than the new school, because everything like they got a reason. They got a reason why they say this one saying right here. It's everything under the sun. You feel me? The reason why they say everything under the sun is because everything under the sun ain't been seen before. Mm-hmm. So when you running around here acting like you're doing something new and improved, you're not. It's all been seen before. So
that go with relationships.
The message that we're trying to give you is that the most important thing that you ever could do for yourself and to make everybody else around you better is to take a long, deep, hard look at yourself. Once you take a long, hard, deep look at yourself, then you could kind of figure out what's going wrong in your life.
That's right.
because it's up to you to make the decisions. It's not up to nobody else. So like I said again, if you sitting around acting like somebody else is the reason why you messed up, that's not true. That truth is that never been true. Unless you in a situation where you really being held as a captive, have you been really being held as a slave? If that's not the case, which most times out of 10, that's not the case, then you fully responsible for everything that you do.
You're definitely responsible for your actions. And the best way to start with improving yourself is saying, am I making the best decision right now? Because when a bad situation comes, all right, if whatever it may be, it might be an altercation with you, another couple, or another person, and at that point you can flip out and be like, all right, I'm gonna fight because I'm not gonna be disrespected. Or you can say, you know what, I'm gonna think about it a second. I'm gonna leave an open way for us to get out of this without the altercation. I'm gonna leave an open door and put other options in place to help you make the best decision for you. Because what you do today, 10 years from now, if I did something 10 years ago, some of the things that I did on the record, I wouldn't be at the job that I'm at now. I'd be at some other job, doing something else, doing something. I feel I'd have still been successful because I got a good work ethic, and I'm a people person. I'm able to relate my thoughts into words to express how I feel about stuff, whether it be an interview or whether it be communicating with other people, that coworkers, friends. I'm good at letting people know how I feel about something. Travels well when it comes to being a good person.
And that's exactly how I feel. Like, I don't have a problem in this world. I haven't had a problem in this world other than the people that I really love. Like, all the new people that I come in contact with, they love me on the strength of the matter of, they look at me and they see, like, I know how to express myself. I'm a hard worker. And anybody, I'm not a person that you're going to talk too crazy. And I just hold myself by them little small standards, and it's not big standards. It's just little small standards. But at the same time, I already opened my mind to everything that could possibly happen to me on any given day. You feel what I'm saying? On any given day, I'm liable to go to work and my boss might talk shit to me. And how am I supposed to handle that? Am I supposed to get mad? Whatever the case may be.
You gonna storm out, throw something, break something?
Yeah. Or am I gonna act like
be unemployed the next day?
You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that you have to deal with. So even to say that, like, I'm not even gonna let my boss or my job take it, but so far before I tell them, like, yo, I'll tell them I don't got no problem with telling the job where they could take their job and stick it. I don't have no problem with that. Because I know that any verbal abuse, I don't deserve it. Because when I get up out of my bed to go to work, I only get up and go to bed to go to work to do one thing. If I'm a punching them people clock, I'm gonna give them people the time and the work that they deserve. So I feel like if you're gonna come and talk to me crazy, that means you don't want me to work for you no more. Because I'm not gonna be that.
You're not gonna.
I'm not gonna be that person that's going to be the person that's going to have to be talked to all the time. I'm not going to be that person. So in other words, if I go to work every day knowing it, I'm not trying to be that person that's going to have to get talked to every day, that's going to have to be reminded on what to do every day, or not take the initiative on shit that I know that need to be done, then I might deserve that verbiage. But if I know I don't deserve that verbiage, I'm not taking that verbiage from nobody.
And me personally, I've seen, like I said, I've known you for a good 15, 16 years now. And I've seen from when you wasn't the dude you are right now. Might have been a little street dude and could have got involved in some stuff, growing to the person that now the positive mind bring positive stuff around you, and it bring positive people around you. And as I see more and more, like I said, not just you, people that you introduced to me now compared to when we first met, people that we know and have common ground with. It's a whole different vibe, and you've elevated yourself, your consciousness, your spirituality, and just your everyday life. And that's something that everybody should do. As you get older, you have to elevate. If I thought that I'm perfect right now and I don't got to do nothing else to be good like this, then it's wrong on my part. I got to get better at everything that I do. And the same as you, the same as you, same as the next person. We all got to keep getting better. That's where we leading towards. You got to lead towards that, and then you figure out what your role in life is. What's your purpose in life. And if you don't know it now, you have to at least be leading in that direction to be a good contributing person to society.
Yo, I heard somebody say this, and it ain't never been more true than when I heard it. I had to laugh, and it was crazy because I had to laugh, and it was like the dude was like, you know what? We play too much. That's his saying, man. And it's a dude on YouTube, man. I used to watch a lot, and I got back into watching them. And yo, one of his favorite sayings is, yo, we play too much. Because that's exactly what it is, though. He absolutely right. Yo, we play too much. Everything about us is a game. We play too much. It's to the point where we'll see a chick get beat up in a wheelchair by a chick that can use both our legs, and we'll get a chick who used both our legs credit for beating this chick up who was in a wheelchair. Like, where they do that at? But that's where we at. We play too much.
So me personally, I don't watch nothing on YouTube, Facebook of us showing out the World Star stuff. I deleted my World Star from my Fire Stick because I can't support nothing that's not going to be in better us as people. So, and it's one step.
It's one step
I'm doing. And I don't promote it, so if somebody talking about I can't join in on the conversation because I missed it.
Yo, that's one step, man, and that's how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to, like, all right, if it's a what they call it, ordained or commission or whatever. If that's the case, if they're all, yo, we in for it. Who you pick? I got the red corner. If that's the case, then I can deal. You feel me? That's a commission. It's a commission, and it's a brawl that was set up the right way. I can't respect nobody that punch a man that's already knocked out. I can't respect the man that pull a gun out and shoot a person and kill him, and then when the police come looking for you, they gotta snatch you up from up under the bed. I don't respect that. You can't kill your black brother and then the police come in and drag you out with no problems. Like, these are the things that I have issue with. Like, if you're gonna go be thorough and hard, be thorough and hard all the way to your death. Don't be a person that's gonna shoot your black man down and then hide from the white police. Like, this is like this is like, it's so many issues that we can try to help.
That's irking you right now. That's irking you.
Try to help. We can try to help. I can go on and on about this, but you know what I mean? Like I said, I always say the same thing. Like, we never going to have the right answers for everybody. We never going to have the right statements, the right things to cater to everybody, but we're not trying to cater to everybody, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring everybody together. Get everybody to just see something in one common place and just use that as a, you know what I mean, as a crutch, so we all can come together, because that's who we lack. We lack unity.
And we say this to you because we put it out there. Need to jump on board with something. They said if you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. That's your parents saying. And it holds true now, because as you, if everything that you support, likes on Facebook, likes on YouTube, these subscriptions and stuff, when you subscribe to stuff, you like stuff, you saying this is more of what I want to see. I want to see more of this. You supporting, black on black crimes, cops shooting brothers for no reason. You support things like this with politics that I was going, discriminating against different nationalities. When you support this stuff, you're saying it's okay to keep doing it. Give me more, and I like it more. Give me more, I like it more. And then people that's looking at you as the role model, because a lot of NBA players and NFL players and stars, people we see on TV, they some role models to some people, but most people look up to somebody they know. And you might not be somebody's dad, you might not be somebody's uncle, you might just be a guy that's around that they able to see. And if they're able to see you and judge you for the things that you do, if you're doing positive stuff, that might be enough to make somebody else do something positive.
Yo, you know what I was talking about on my thing, on the daily blog, maybe a couple of days ago or whatever. But it was an issue where they had, when I was talking to one of my emailers, and they said something about the Conor McGregor versus the Floyd Mayweather and all of that. And I can use that as a good example too, because listen, the issue that I was talking to my emailer about was that he said that he was supposed to have been this great fighter all because of Time Magazine said he was the most influential, one of the most influential athletes of 2016. Okay? All right. Now, only what I said to you was, who is he influencing? Because he's not influencing nobody from where I come from.
Who? Either one of those two?
Greg McConnell.
Influence who?
No, yeah, he don't influence nobody from where I come from.
MMA fighters, they like, oh, he's the hard puncher. You know, if you're an MMA watcher, like a WWE watcher or a basketball watcher, you like dudes from your sport, but
he's not. I never heard a kid come to me like
that's my.
I'll tell you who the idols is and who the most influential players is right now. I can name a couple of them that the kids love. Odell Beckham, one of them. Cam Newton, LeBron James, players like that. Them is the most influential.
I support LeBron too.
Russell Westbrook,
everything LeBron do, I support.
KD, yeah, Floyd Mayweather. It's players out. It's people out there that's real influential. But come on, man, Gregory McConnell or whatever his name, O'Connor, McGregory, whatever his name is, he don't influence nobody, man. Not where I'm from. So what I'm trying to say is that you need to stop letting people give you your influences. They're telling you who's supposed to be influencing you. That's not life. Life is you choose your own people to look up to. Life is that you choose your own path to go without having to feel like a sucker. They doing it hard now. If I felt like I wouldn't have an issue if I felt like a girl on the inside. If I felt like a girl on the inside and I was just trying to let this little girl get out, I wouldn't have no problem with expressing myself. Everybody will understand me. But it's sad. It's sad that nobody don't want to understand me because stuff the way it is and how I see it as a person, as a black man. I'm not doing nothing wrong to nobody. I'm not throwing no shade to nobody. This is what Allen Pete is all about. It's about no egos. By throwing your egos to the side and saying, listen, what can we do to make this better? Like I said, we're gonna do the research for you. For any question that you got and you feel like you don't know how to get the research, we're gonna get it for you. We're gonna do it for you. It's easy.
I know I missed most of that about Gregory McConnell.
Man, it wasn't even important. It was just about the simple fact of the matter is that a magazine voted him, or whoever was in charge and voted him the most influential, one of the most influential athletes of 2016. Like, come on, man, he ain't do nothing.
And this fight is basically a payday. It's payday for everybody. It's payday for you to go ahead and contribute your money, get hard money to
something to talk about, man.
It's I don't believe in a boxing ring. I've seen good fighters go against Floyd, and hard hitter, good boxer, not be able to win a bout. I don't think that somebody MMA that can't use all of his MMA skills to fight a Floyd is even the same class.
Not. That's why I keep saying, like, yo, they're gonna get in that boxing ring. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna look close for like 2 rounds, and then Floyd Mayweather is gonna go into his Floyd Mayweather peekaboo style, and he ain't gonna be able to get hit, and he gonna counter him to death.
It's something you've seen. You've seen this already. You've seen this against good dudes that know how to box. You've seen this already, and you're gonna jump in and go with the pay-per-view money. You know, watch the repeat on HBO.
Yo, you know what I told people? I told people the honest to God truth, because you seen it. You done watched fights with me before. I always root for the underdog, and at all the times that I root for the underdog don't never win. But I'll never come out and be like, oh, no, I gotta deal with the facts. I wanted somebody to win, they lost. So I have to come to the fact of the matter is they was not better than Floyd Mayweather. So what I'm saying right now is that
you want a lot of people to beat Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, yeah, because you know what? I told you I didn't like the fighter Floyd Mayweather became. I like people that mix it up. But listen, I cannot take credit from him if he wanted to be a fighter that say, you know what, we got 12 rounds. You know what? For 12 rounds, I'm not gonna get hit. I'm just gonna hit him whenever I can, but he ain't gonna hit me at all. And that's his fight game. And if he won, and he won convincingly doing it, I cannot be mad at him. It's just not my style of fighting. But I have to deal with the facts. The facts of the matter is that he hit you way more than you hit him.
They keep happening.
He make it look convincingly. Get away from him.
And they keep, like I said, and I think Floyd's basically done fighting because he gonna when it's all said and done, he gonna hold the record as the greatest fighter of all time, because the record book's gonna show
TBE
he can't be beat.
TBE.
It's gonna show that he's gonna end up being the greatest fighter of all time, because people that didn't see the fights, that didn't live the era, got to go back to the stats, the wins and losses, the Rocky Marciano thing. Rocky Marciano, he beat Joe Louis. It comes up in the prime, even though he couldn't touch him.
Yeah, but what the dude said? What the dude said from Coming to America though? The dude told you. He said, Joe Louis was 132 years old when he fought Rocky Marciano.
Man,
you feel me? But yo,
Rocky Marciano never lost.
Rocky Marciano,
that's what he did. He never.
Was Marciano a bad fighter because he decided to beat fucking Joe Louis when Joe Louis was too old to fight? No, he beat him on the way up, and he beat Joe Louis on Joe Louis' way down. That's how fight works.
Joe Louis signed up for the fight.
That's how fights work. They did the same thing to Ali. They put Ali up against a young Larry Holmes, man. And what happened when the older Larry Holmes went up to a young Mike Tyson, man? That's how it goes, bro. Like, y'all be talking like people don't know what they be talking about, but yo, you gotta refocus on the facts, bro. That's what we dealing with right here. That's it. If you can't come with the facts, then I guess you might not want to be a fan of Allen Peace, because that's all we gonna hit you with. We're not gonna be biased. It don't matter if it's our favorite person or not. If the stats show that they wasn't worthy of what it is that we talking, we gonna say it, yo. We're gonna say it.
And Zaza purposely messed up Kawhi's ankle because everybody played if you played basketball, street ball,
that ain't even no issue.
College,
that was
high school. You know what you could do. You know what you could do.
That was dirty.
And after the person shoot, you put your back to him because you want, if you can go and get the rebound, whatever it is. You don't keep inching in sideways. If nothing would have happened and Kawhi landed and kept it moving, he got lucky.
Yo, listen,
it's a Bruce Bowen tactic.
I never did that before in my life because I never was, like they said, like people ain't that smart. I never was that smart to do that. But if I ever was, I would have did that.
With dirty player.
I ain't no dirty player though, but I would have did that though.
Back when Bruce Bowen was playing, know what people do? They catch him with the elbow next time down the court. They get into fights with the players. But nowadays,
you know why I would have did that though?
Like Lee,
because it was players that me being the guard. Like, I ain't gonna lie, me being the guard, and I played against some players that was good ball handlers, and I had this one player. Like, I knew this one player. He was a Spanish kid and everything. Like, he wasn't the best player I ever played against, but like he was real nifty. And like, yo, he had this thing where he used to throw it. He used to throw either his elbow or his shoulder into you and get space and pull up for the jumper. So if I knew back in the day, like, yo, if I already know what he gonna do, he gonna try to make a hard move to the right, and then he gonna take my off balanceness and go to the left, and then as soon as I plant my feet good in position to make some type of block or something, he gonna act like he's shooting, but instead of shooting, his shooting motion is gonna go into like I'm shooting, but I'm gonna throw my shoulder in your chest, boom, or I'm gonna push off of you with my elbow, boom,
Crazy
and then I'm
space.
gonna pull back. And players like that, and if I knew that that's all it took for me to motherfucking just when they jump up in the air and just slide under them and just try to get my feet under their feet, I would have did that shit.
I would have did that.
It was just a trick that nobody taught us.
Nah, it's something that like the Green from the Warriors, I kick all the time.
Yeah.
Kick all the time.
Yeah, that's not like that. That's just like when I used to watch Kobe play, and I used to watch Kobe do that.
The kick out.
He used to do the kick out, but I now know why the kick out is necessary, because when you got somebody all up on you, you ain't trying to get nobody to step up under your feet, and that's why they do the kick out. That's why Reggie Miller was so brilliant, because people used to really do that to Reggie Miller. People try to do that to Ray Allen. People try to do that to people who got pure shots where they shot so pure that they only concentrate on shooting and make sure every shot is the same as the last shot. So they're not worrying about how they come down. So when I go up to take a shot, it don't take nothing for me to just slide my feet under your feet.
Hope you land on it. That's what it was. Dirty player, man.
And the way Zaza did it, he did it like this. He went for the block, right? And once the dude was in the air,
he already bigger. He didn't block the shot.
He didn't have no chance of getting none of the shots. So you know what he did? He shuffled his feet one more time inwards, which is unnecessary. And the shot already gone.
I recently heard, on one of the sports stations I listened to that said, might have been Van Gundy, who I want to coach the Knicks again, Mark Jackson, them two to come in and coach the Knicks.
Oh yeah, they both said the same thing.
If the penalty that Kawhi Leonard, they get that foul, he stepped on his foot. If Zaza got suspended for 4 games after an incident like that, if they started in the regular season, I guarantee it won't happen in the playoffs.
But that's the whole thing about it, is they so concerned on making the league look too soft. They so concerned with making the league go on, like they not trying to let people go on and do certain things as far as like get into physical altercations. But at the same time, they really worrying about making the league look too soft, because once they start doing that, it's like they gonna lose the fans. They're gonna make the game longer than it has to be.
The Spurs would have won that. They lost by 2. The Spurs would have won that game, because basically Kawhi was doing LeBron James to the Golden State Warriors. He was basically doing his will. He go to the rack, want to go to the rack, make the assist, want to make the assist, make the pass, want to make the pass. They had no answer for him. Now once he's out the game, who gonna do it? Simmons? Who gonna do it? Ginobili? Who gonna make Kawhi plays once he gone? Like I said, if he didn't land on the foot and Kawhi kept playing, it might have been that series. May have been the next series. Something may have happened to him, because it wouldn't have been Durant, it wouldn't have been Curry, it wouldn't have been Thompson, because their image don't allow them to be those dirty players.
Yeah,
they can't be those dirty players. The role players, the role players can step in and be the bad guy.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you think that is fair for Pop? Do you think that is fair for Pop to come at Zaza head though, knowing that all the shit that knowing all the stuff that Bruce Bowen did? Like I clearly remember a time where Bruce Bowen, I remember one specific play that Bruce Bowen did that I thought was some dirty stuff, man. The dirtiest play. And I never had nothing against Bruce Bowen. I always thought that he played good defense and he always hit the shot that they needed to hit when they needed a shot from Bruce Bowen. So I never ever, like, they be talking mad stuff about Bruce Bowen, about what he did and all this other stuff. All I remember is Bruce Bowen winning NBA Player of the Year, NBA Defensive Player of the Year, and always was the talk of defensive player of the year.
He was a dirty player.
And always was a player that they knew that if they needed a shot out of him, he'd get the shot off. So I never was, they didn't pinpoint the stuff that he was doing, but I remember one play specifically that I looked at Bruce Bowen and was like, yo, he's a dirty dude, yo. And that was the play that they played when they was playing the San Antonio, I mean, not the San Antonio, because there is no San Antonio Spurs, but they was playing the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs one year, and it was a hard battle. And I remember perfectly, Steve Nash was up against almost like right past half court on his side of the court. And what happened? He got bumped by Bruce Bowen. And then as he's falling, Bruce Bowen went and fucking hit him with some bullshit, like bang in his face, like some blatant stuff. And they made a big issue about it. Like, yo, why is they letting him do this? Like, Steve Smith is so small, and fucking Bruce Bowen ain't got no reason to be manhandling him like that. Yo, again,
that's tactics. And Pop.
I got a neighbor coming through.
He didn't complain about that when it happened when Pop's guy was doing it, but he complaining now because he just now lost. He lost a superstar. He might have lost him for the playoffs. He might have lost him for a game. Might have lost him for 2 games. But if you don't get it back suddenly, why don't come back? You know, basically the Spurs out of there. They sweat. I like the young dudes on the Spurs that nobody's talking about. They came in. I looked at the bench. They had Ginobili on the bench. They had Gasol on the bench. They had what other boy? Other dude that started. They had them all on the bench. They had the backups playing. The backups in there, and they got talent. So they keep on saying that the Spurs are an old team, but there's talent up under those old veteran players, and you're going to see it maybe in the next series, or maybe you're going to see it, you know, in the next year or so. That it's going to be Kawhi's team with these young dudes that are balling out. And the reason they lost the second game was because Golden State outmuscled them. They was hitting them. They was physical, and they put the young Spurs players in check.
Yo, but that's the crazy issue though, yo. That dirty play in the NBA, it ain't even no reason for it. And that's like one of the reasons why I shy away from the things, because it's like it's too much extracurricular activity. And it's like, yo, why we just can't play ball like we used to watch the fellas play ball like when we was kids, man. You feel me? Like these wasn't issues for the players that we watched growing up. None of the issues that the players are having today was none of the issues that the players was having when we was growing up. Like, for instance, I watched that game and I watched that Kevin Durant, he couldn't guard nobody on the defensive end. Everybody that put their ass on him in the block, they was doing whatever they wanted to do with it the whole game. And it was a couple things where I was like, yo, if that was LeBron James, he would have blocked that. And it was like, yo, Kevin Durant was letting people running right past him. And it was a couple times where Leonard, he just took one step and just went through like Jordan on the dunk like this. He did that like 3 times in a row, past Durant. And I'm like, yo, when is we gonna hold people accountable for the things that they do wrong? That's all we gotta do as people. We're doing something wrong. We need to learn how to hold them accountable. That's it. And people that do wrong, they need to learn how to take their accountability, take responsibility for the part they play, and that's how we move on. You ain't gonna never win no championship because you're gonna jump on another team and think you ain't fixed the problem that you had from the team you just left. It's just like real life. Barkley tried to do it.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
He almost got there.
You want to try to do it? Shit, it don't work. Karl Malone tried to do it. Karl Malone tried to do it at the best time. Like, if anybody could have did it at any better time, Karl Malone and Gary Payton did it, and they did not win. Gary Payton ain't winning until he went where? So he went to the Heat, where it was a team. It was fashioned as a team. You're never going to do anything by yourself. Or you're never going to do something because you're jumping on somebody else's coattail to do it. done when you want it, when you decide in yourself.
Part of the solution, not
exactly.
part of the problem.
You got to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. You see what they talking about now? They're talking about the Boston Celtics little championship team, and now all of a sudden all of them mad because Ray Allen left without a phone call. Wrong man, like he don't owe nobody nothing.
He came there.
It might have been a good thing for him to call, but like, listen, man, me and Al do things all the time. But you think Al gonna call me and be like, "Yo, you think you should have called me before you want to move to Lakewood? You know that's my stomping ground. You think you would have called me?"
Lakewood for years for you, goddamn.
Nah, that ain't how things work. We look at people and we encourage them and we tell them like, "Yo, whatever decision that you make, I'm gonna follow you 100%, bro." You know what I mean? Because we brothers, bro. If we real brothers. Even if it's just an NBA thing, if it's a neighborhood thing, if it's a school thing, whatever the case may be, if you brothers, you brothers. It ain't nothing supposed to ever come between that. Nothing. Nothing. All my brothers ain't do me right in my life, but I will never turn my back on them. And if they ever needed me for anything, as far as like advice or anything, I give them whatever I can. But you know what I always try to do? I always try to make it like, yo, I can't really tell you what to do. I can only give you my experience, and hopefully you won't make the same mistakes that I made. That's it. That's what the Allen P no egos is all about, man. You can't sit around and act like you got all the answers, because none of us got all the answers. So what we trying to do is we trying to share information, and that way we can come together and be the best dominant force out there. And we need each and everybody to get on board. You feel me?
Jump in.
Like I got friends, they got bike clubs. I got friends that got they doing speed dating. I got friends that do promotion for parties, all of that other stuff. I've decided not to take that route that everybody else doing. I'm trying to take my route to the positive route. And that's the only way we're going to be able to have parties and speed dating and all these things, but we don't have the issues that we've been having every time we get together.
So you don't want to go to a party and then a fight break out?
I don't go to parties, bro. I remember last time I went to a party, and I swear to God, the girl was on the intercom like, "Y'all in the corner, break it up." On the microphone, "Y'all in the party, break that up. Ain't no guns, ain't no this, ain't my party." Da, da, da. And I'm like, you know what? I think it might be time for me to go.
That's the end of the night.
She making an announcement on the speaker, bro. Like, "Yeah, nobody in my party with guns." I'm like, yo, word. This what type of backyard party we at? I'm out. I'm not getting hit by no stray. You feel me? Because I got too much. I feel like I got too much to live for to entertain that.
Too much to do.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Your work not done yet.
I ain't gonna lie though. On the back of my head, I want to see. I want to see somebody. I like to see it. Like, I like that, but I'm trying to turn myself away from liking stuff like that.
I don't like garbage like that.
You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing like seeing somebody get punched in their face and then they go to sleep instantly. But like, once you start punching somebody in their face after they already sleep, that's when I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can't watch.
At least it's a fair one. If it's a fair one, you be like,
yeah, like them the best ones when they be up against each other and they swinging, and then somebody get caught with a solid one and go to sleep, and then the dude be like, walk over and be like, "See, I told you, leave me alone." I could deal with that. But when I see somebody knock somebody out, and then after the dude already knocked out, he got 1,000 people pulling him off of him because he's still trying to get more hits in. Like, come on, man, bro.
You won. It's over.
Yeah, man.
Let it go.
It's a mind state, bro. Yeah. But yo, we appreciate y'all coming to chill with us. The midday live show. We gonna surprise y'all
tomorrow at 7.
We gonna surprise y'all.
Same dudes, different location. We're gonna be a different location tomorrow. You're gonna like the location we at. It's gonna be more heads there. It's gonna be a round table.
It's gonna be a round table. We could do the round table. It's nothing about the round table. We need the round table. The more the merrier, man. But like I said, we love y'all. We only trying to give y'all real advice. I know a lot of people ain't going to want to stomach it at first, but yo, deal with us. Our heart is in the right place. And like I said, we love you. And it's all for the men. It's for the women too, but it's basically for the men, because how we can't really talk to the women. We both married. So we got to focus on the men and get the women along with the situation. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how things work. When women doing their thing, it's up to us to follow behind and support the things that they doing, and we just expect the same love and the respect from our women because we love y'all, and we gonna put y'all first too because y'all women are awesome, man.
Right. For men to get ahead, you need a strong woman on your side, and not the knucklehead, not no ratchet chicks. You need a woman, positive, strong,
open-minded, man.
Open-minded woman that's going to be able to be independent and, you know, be confrontational with the question some things, but still have support.
Stop defending the BS, and we got to come together and start defending the things that really is going to make a change in our community, man. So that was the sports wrap up. We got the sports wrap up.
We ain't go heavy on the sports today.
Yeah, we did. We just said a little bit about what's going on. But listen, that's what it was for, man. That's what this talk was for, man. This talk was just only on the strength of it's a lot of things that's going on, and I'm just trying to let y'all know that I'm not gonna let. I made a commitment. Ain't nothing gonna get me off of my swag. Nothing.
So top it off. I would love Peter Lance. YouTube. I would love Peter Lance on Facebook. Catch me at Goodwood Love on Twitter. Al Love on Twitter. Catch us both in the inbox. Alan Pete No Egos gmail.com.
And we got the Dropbox, so make sure you send us some files,
and
man.
We got a few things in there.
Send us some files, man.
There was this Saturday, reminding everybody, I'm gonna put how to build your Cody online. I'm gonna do 3 5-minute sessions. If you got an old Cody, this gonna have to be how you update it. If you don't have Cody, I'm gonna tell you how to set your Cody up so you can watch your movies, watch your sports, and get your TV shows in. Save $1 on that cable bill. That's what I'm gonna give you on Saturday.
And we about to start the Partridge. And you don't know what the Partridge is, just go and research it before I have to tell you what it is. Because if I gotta research and tell you what it is, that's what I'm gonna do. But yo, go look it up. But we're gonna start it out, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just start a Partridge, when we're gonna ask for a little bit just to support the show. That's all it's gonna be for. Anything that's come is gonna be just to support the show, better equipment, upgrade, and get this information out to you as fast and as soon as possible. It takes money to do this. Right now, we're doing it out the pocket, the money out our own pocket. That's electric, Wi-Fi, equipment, all of that. You know what I mean?
And we still need a tech person to come in here, edit videos, and update.
Show us how to share these screens. So when we talk about what we're talking about, we can pull them up for you, and you can see what we're talking about, and just know that we ain't just saying dumb stuff. Know what I mean?
And this is supposed to be 15 minutes. We done put an hour in.
Oh, that's an hour? Yeah, we out of here, man. On Thursday, it's nice outside. It's like 90 degrees outside. You feel me? I went out there for 15 minutes. My underarms was like, somebody just hit me with a red rag under my armpits, man. It's all good though. We love you. Like I said, man, Facebook, we love you. Instagram, we love you. Google Hangout Live, we love you the most, man. Make sure you get at us, man, at the email. And it's over, man. Ain't nothing else I can say. It's dope. It's done.